This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you around this 2016 Jayco White Hawk travel trailer, and the model number is 33 RSKS. All right, this is a how-to video, not a floor plan or sales video. So I'm gonna show you some of the features and how they work. Okay. So here we are at the back. This is a grill rack here. Swing out grill rack. Keep in mind you have to plug the grill in, so right there that's a quick connect for the LP system, and that's where you would plug it in. You've got regular crank or scissor type stabilizers. You have a TV center here, and you have your hookups here for the TV and a bracket on there. Some storage. That is a radio antenna right there. This is an outside kitchen, so you have a refrigerator. You have this LP hose here. Now let me back up a little bit here. So let me back it out here. Okay. Excellent. So you have a 2-burner outside cooktop. You have water, running water, and a refrigerator out here. Now, I just want to show you. Let me put this in here. Let me get this free here. Okay. So this is the vent for the range hood. Keep in mind that if you want to vent to the outside of the trailer using the range hood fan, you want to open up this baffle here. Like that. Just open it so it flaps freely. And if you don't do that, it won't vent to the outside. So anytime you're venting, you want to open that up. Otherwise, you can just keep it shut when you're traveling or in storage, that sort of thing. Okay? You have a power awning with LED strip. This is just another TV out here. I don't know why you would need two, but let's see. Cable TV, sunlight antenna. Yeah. So that's just another output. Up front here you have, this is your grill here, and this is the rack that it hangs on. And that is your hose, your LP hose. Your crank right here is for the stabilizers. It's a 3/4 inch crank. Now this smaller one here is for the power tongue jack in case it fails. So you have a power tongue jack on here. It goes up and down, obviously, and it's got a hitch light. If it happens to fail, you can pull this plug out of the top and then use this crank to crank it manually. So you can always get yourself out of trouble, hitched and unhitched, by using that crank. Okay? You have 2 LP tanks which are full. Deep cycle marine battery right here. This is the other end of your pass-through here. You have a table that slides in and stays up there that you can use outside. This is your dump hose here, and of course that's a reducer for your power cord if you want to reduce it to 20 amp. Okay, so this is your power cord here. This is an extension cord here, but this part is the power cord. It pulls out like 25 feet or so. You have an outside shower, and you have your city water hookup here. So that's the most common way to get water to the trailer, is using the city water hookup right there. If you want to flush the black tank, this is the black tank flush. So after you dump your gray and then black tank, you can leave the valve open for the black tank, hook the hose up here, turn it on, and it'll actually spray the inside of your black tank out and clean off the sensors, that sort of thing. This right here is your water heater, on the outside anyway. So the thing to know, this is where you drain it right here. So that's the drain for the water heater. It works on gas and electric. The switches are inside the trailer. I'll show you where they're at when we get inside. Keep in mind, never run the water heater on gas or electric without water in the tank. You always want to make sure it's full. You have a slide room here, which is still retracted. Low point drains, that's just for winterizing. Now, this right here is the other way you can get water to the trailer. You can fill your freshwater tank right here if you don't have plumbing on the campsite, and then you can turn on the pump and pump the water out of the tank. All right. So you have a ladder, which makes it easy to inspect your roof. Always inspect your roof. Just make sure there's no cracking or separation or no damage to it by low branches or road debris flipping up there or anything like that. Okay, so here we go. These are your keys right here. That's a good place for them, I suppose, huh? Alright, I'll put those right there. Okay, so here is your control panel. So slide room out. So this is your off-door slide right here. When you hear that ratcheting sound, you know you're all the way out or all the way in. It doesn't go in both directions. You just take your finger off the button. Right there. And then you have this one here coming out right now. That would be your kitchen slide. So here, just give me a second, bear with me. It takes a while to get it out. There's that one. Okay, so this is for your power awning. Never leave the awning out unattended. You have lights here. These are your you turn your water pump on like that. Remember the water pump for pumping the water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water at the campsite. Also, it's used to winterize the trailer. To light your water heater on gas is there. To light it on, turn it on electric is right there. Always make sure there's water in the tank before you do that. Your battery's charged, fresh water, black, and 2 gray tanks. One gray tank is the sink and shower in the bathroom, and the other gray tank is for your kitchen sink. So you have 2 of them. These lights graduate up in 1/3 increments. Once you get past 2/3, you're going to have to start thinking about dumping the black and gray tank. Okay. All right. So your refrigerator is a Norco gas absorption refrigerator. Gas absorption, short to the point, it runs on either 120 AC or LP gas. So you can see right here that it's on auto. Auto is where you want to run it. The reason auto basically means electric. The reason they call it auto is because if it can't find electricity, it'll automatically switch over to gas. Or if you have a power failure at the campsite, it'll automatically switch over to gas. That way you don't spoil your food. So auto, you can run it dedicated to gas, but auto is generally where you're going to keep it. Okay, you got a freezer and a refrigerator, and you're going to keep the temperature up all the way. I mean, if it's getting cold outside and the refrigerator starts to frost up, you can back it off. But generally speaking, in the summer, you're going to have it up all the way. Now keep in mind, this is gas absorption. It works just like a regular refrigerator, except it takes a long time to reach operating temperature. It can take 8 hours, depending on the temperature outside, so give it time. Your microwave works like any other microwave. This is the range hood vent I told you about. Remember, this is the range hood fan, I should say. You get a light and a fan. And you have to open the baffle on the outside when you're venting to the outside, if you remember. Now this is your range here. This is the sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark it. You have 3 burners and 3 knobs, and then you have the oven here. Now, I don't know if he's got the gas on or not. If not, I'll just talk you through it. Let's just check here. So, yeah. So he's got the gas off right now. So basically, you're just going to turn these on and you spark it. Once the gas is turned on and works its way up to the appliance, it'll light the first time. So keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to the oven, there's a pilot light back there. You need a grill lighter with a long neck. Basically, you'll go to pilot, then you'll depress it. You keep it depressed during the whole lighting procedure. You'll light the pilot light down there. Once it lights, you hold it for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat it up, and then you go to operating temperature. Once you shut it off, the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light. So you have to remember you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Okay, so this is obvious. Obviously it's the TV. And this is your sound here. It also plays DVDs and CDs right here. You can stream off that USB right there. It has Bluetooth, so you can hook up, you can stream wirelessly from your phone or tablet. AM/FM radio. Also, it has different speaker zones. This one probably has two. Yeah, Zone A and Zone B. A is inside the trailer. B is outside the trailer. So there's a lot you can do with it, especially considering you're camping. This is just more storage. This one is for 6 years old, or yeah, 6 years old. This is in excellent shape. Obviously, you probably noticed that. That's why you're purchasing it. But okay, so the let's see. This is a hide-a-bed here. So you take the back cushions off. You grab it here, fold it out. It's a 3-panel hide-a-bed. You have theater seats here. These are your remotes for the TV and the sound. Okay, that's the rip cord for your to disengage the footrest when you have it in the up position. Now you can drop this table down onto these cleats here and use the back cushion to fill in space. You can actually turn this into a bed if you need to. So you'd have this one, which is full size, and then you have an extra one here, so you can fit a lot of guests in here. When you're working with your water heater with the bypass valves and winterizing it, that's all done behind this panel here. It's got 2 screws holding it in. They're always number 2 square-headed screws. This whole trailer uses nothing but number 2 square-headed screws. So if you don't have a bit for your drill, you want to get a number 2 square for that. This is your antenna. You crank it up and you crank it down. And before you crank it down, always make sure these two tabs here, these pointers, are lined up so it lays in the roof on the right position, because you can rotate the antenna with that, or the antenna with that also. Okay. This is carbon monoxide and LP gas, I believe. Yeah, so that's your alarm. Your thermostat is an analog thermostat, so 1 click to the right is for heat. 2 clicks to the left from there is your fan. Fan is just the air conditioner running without the compressor. Click it one more time, the air conditioner will come on. Also, always leave the fan on auto. That's the best way to run it. And remember, you have, I know it's self-evident, but you'd be surprised. When you're trying to cool it down, make sure that you push the thermostat all the way over to the cool, and vice versa for the furnace. Okay. So the thing about this is this has a GFCI in it. All the plugs in the trailer, even the one outside, are wired through a GFCI. So keep in mind, you reset it inside. Your sink and your shower work like any other sink and shower. This one's in excellent shape, as you can see. The toilet, you have to remember that you can't use it dry. I don't know if you know RVs or not, so I'll assume you don't. That's the flush pedal right there. And basically you're going to put 1 dose of chemical in here. The black tank is directly below this. You put 1 dose of chemical, and then you'll stand on the pedal and put about a gallon or so of water in the tank before you start using it. You always want to do that when you first start using it, because you can't use it dry. Dry meaning the black tank can't be dry. If you do that, it'll stink really, really bad, and it also can get clogged up. So always have chemical and water in there. Of course, you've got a fan up there. Okay, in the bedroom, it's pretty typical. You have storage under the bed. The emergency window works like this. You push it all the way through, then you're going to grab this red tab and pull the screen out, and that way you can exit in an emergency. Okay. You have hookups here for TV, and there's a backer plate right there to put a bracket if you wanted to hang a TV there. Okay. Alrighty, so let's come back this way. This device here is the power converter. So this converts AC to DC power. If you look here, you've got a regular 120 amp AC circuit breakers like you'd have at home, and they're labeled on here. And then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over here, so you got 12 volt fuses right there. So that's where your 12 volt comes from. Also, when you're plugged in, this is a battery tender. It'll sense how much energy your battery needs up front, and it'll always keep it charged up. So if the battery's already charged, it'll just trickle a couple amps up there to maintain it. If it's low, it'll send 10 amps, whatever it needs to charge it, okay? So when you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle's alternator will charge the battery, and when you're plugged in, your power converter does. Alright, I think that covers it. The normal stuff. I think you have a swing open here. Yeah, that's very nice. Yep, looks good. So, okay, let me see here. Let me look around, see if I forgot anything, which I don't believe I have. Okay, so thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. And please remember what I said about inspecting your roof. You want to do that a few times this summer. You go up there, look for cracking or separation. If you see any issues, take care of it immediately. That's important. Just protecting your investment. Also, right now this is de-winterized, so all the antifreeze has been purged from the system. It's been replaced with fresh water. Your water heater tank is in camping mode right now, and it's full of water, so you're all set, ready to go. Okay? Thank you.